I lived in my car for 2 exact years, and this has been my experience of how it went. Now, for those of you who don't know, I live here in Arizona, and Phoenix, Arizona gets extremely hot. Now, I didn't live in no Tesla or anything like that because I probably would have never moved out, but I lived in a Dodge Avenger, and I used to do Uber and Lyft every single day to be able to get it done. And the reason why I was doing this was because, same fact for everybody. It was like, I'm paying thousands of dollars to rent and bills and all these other things. If I just saved that money, I would be good, because I could just take the 2 years I need and just work and pay the minimal bills. Now, where my stuff was, I had a lot of stuff. So all that went to storage. So that was $120 expense for me. Then obviously car with the gas and the maintenance, because I'm doing Uber and Lyft, so I'm having to drive everywhere. After 2 years, this is my experience, y'all. This is exactly what it felt like to live in a car. Now, I will tell you this. If you're going to live in a gas-powered car, then I'm going to have to mentally prepare you for some things. When you're living in a gas-powered car, you can't just leave the car on all night. You can't. Your car will have this weird issue of just doing the same thing for hours, and then it'll just turn off or be really low. So one time, first day I slept with the car on, it was all good. It was all great. 3 or 4 days later, after doing that, I went to go to sleep. I woke up and there was stale air in the air, and I could barely hear the engine, and the RPMs were super low. I was like, what the? So I turned off the car, then turned it right back on, and it was good. I was like, oh my gosh, it scared me, because obviously this is a heat wave out here, It's during the summertime. I lived there for 2 years, so you got to understand that some part of this I'm gonna have to live in the summer heat, right? We all know this. So I advise anyone who's gonna live in their car, get yourself a small fan. Just a little small fan so you can have some airflow, because you're not gonna be able to leave your car on unless you have a Tesla or some type of electric vehicle. If I had a Model Y, I would live in that Model Y right now. Well, not right now because I have a family, but I'm saying as a single man, I would definitely live in my car if I had a Model Y or any other electric car. Like, forget about it. But Model Y is built for living in. And the reason why I say that is because the seats lay all the way down, and they even have these beds they sell on Amazon, and it fits perfectly within the space that you have, and it's very comfortable. There's many YouTubers out there right now living out their Model Ys. So if you're living out of a gas-powered car, I'm gonna tell you this right now, it's short-lived. The reason why I had to give it up was not because I was dying out here in the heat, was because of the fact my car would break down, because I was doing Uber and Lyft as well as having to live in the car. And my transmission went out, and air conditioning went out one time. I mean, I had so many issues of things going out. Now, these are expenses. Now, if you're saving money, great. But mine would happen as soon as I started saving enough money, I would have enough money to hand that over to the mechanic. Every single time. I hated that car. I loved the car because the way it looked, but I hated the way it had all these issues. Never get yourself a Dodge anything, okay? I know everybody's like, well, get the Scat Pack. Watch, bro. I've seen so many Scat Packs on the side of the road waiting for a tow truck. I've seen it. Next time you see somebody on the side of the road getting towed, look at what brand of car it is. Or if it's just broken down, period, look what brand car it is, because these things matter. I've seen a lot of Dodges, and I've definitely seen a ton of Nissans. Neither here nor there, though. We're talking about living in your car. So every single time I would build up enough money, I would have to pay it out to have my car be good. Now, if I wasn't doing Uber or Lyft, it probably would have lasted a little bit longer. Because I was doing Uber and Lyft, it made it a little bit easier to make money, but it was harder on the car because I'm always having to drive all these small distances and turn the car off, turn the car back on, drive this way, put it in park, take it out of park, put it in park. It's just too much going on for your car, especially a gas-powered Dodge of all things. So if you're thinking right now, you know what? Bills is high, bro. I'm wasting all my money on bills. I got a car. I've slept in it before, or I've never slept in it, and I would like to try whatever one you're in, and I would like to try. Get yourself a little bit of a go pack. So you're gonna need a fan. You're gonna need like a little good water jug. In some scenarios, I would even say get one of those pee jugs, but I was like, I feel like that's disgusting. So I had to just let everybody know. I had a 24-hour gym membership, so really wasn't that bad in my opinion. I had a storage to put my stuff at. I had a 24-hour gym membership. I understand that everybody has their luxury of living in the car and having a gym membership where they could just pay this membership. But I also was able to, get in some good shape too, because obviously I was, I literally slept in the parking lot. So this is what happened. So I know I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just keep it on track. If you're thinking about where am I going to sleep and park my car at, for the most part, I would say gym places or anywhere that's 24 hours. And don't ever park in the same spots. Don't be bringing your car there, parking in the same spot, because people will realize, dang, that's that same bum, and then they'll ask you to leave. I've never had the cops ever knock on my window, ever, for any reason when I was sleeping in my car. Only time I ever had someone knock on my window was a regular person that was parked in front of their house, and they were wondering if I was okay. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, what is, like, it scared me. I was just about to fall asleep, and then bum. I was like, what is going on? I looked at him dead in his face. I just he took off. I didn't even talk to him. He could have been friendly. I don't know. I wasn't trying to have it at 2 a.m. I was like, I'm gone. So your Walmart's, if you're 24 hours, which I don't think there is anymore, but anywhere that's 24 hours, park there. Hotels are like hit or miss, because some hotels don't mind, and other hotels have these little badges that that'll tell them that they're actually staying there and they're supposed to be parked there. Things of that nature. Pay to park places are all right. I would only really do those if I was in like California. There's literally nowhere to park. I would find myself one of those little lots and pay to park, and that would just be your price of living, and that'd just be an expense for you to be able to live inside your car. So I mean, it is what it is, right? You're still saving money. To live out in your car is not going to be a zero thing expense. I'm going to prepare you for that right now. I'm going to prepare you for all of that right now, because a lot of people think like, I'm going to live in my car, I'm going to have no bills. You still got a phone bill. That's still a bill. You're not going to ever be at zero unless you literally get rid of your cell phone, get rid of everything, and only have your car. Okay, yes. I would say you're definitely going to prepare yourself for your cell phone bill, for a storage unit, for a gym membership, and any subscription services you can't live without. I don't care about subscriptions like that besides Apple Music. So I really didn't have anything. I'll watch YouTube with the ads. I don't care. Like I came from Pandora, baby, where everything was ads. So it doesn't matter to me. I'll watch those little ads. But other than that, like, you got food. When you're out here driving or you're sitting in your car, it's really easy to get bored. So you might want to get something to eat. Anything you're going to keep in your car, if you're in a hot place or a super cold place, you want to keep things in your car that don't go bad. And what I mean by that is, like, if you had your brand new laptop in here, the battery, after excessive heat over and over and over, is not going to be good for the battery, and the battery is going to end up going out. Or if it's too hot or too cold, the LCD screens a lot of the time aren't really good for that. But I mean, that's if you have an older computer. Obviously there's OLED screens now, but I'm just saying, I don't know what type of situation you in, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure where you're at in life, so I'm not trying to like act like you're on a level where you're like, well, I don't got an OLED, I got a LCD screen. Well, if you got an LCD screen, bro, you don't want to ruin that screen by living in extreme heat or extreme cold. So that's another thing you got to think about. And then all your hygiene products, if they're not in the car with you, if you keep leaving them in the car and you're not there, like if you just leave it out there, all those little hygiene products, especially like deodorant, will melt out. Your tube of toothpaste will splurt out because it has too much pressure built up. With cold, it doesn't really matter, but hot, it definitely matters. I'm in a hot state, that's why I got to give you preparations for that. So have a game plan. That's number one thing, especially if you're not in a electric car. Have a game plan. What's the magic number that you're going to hit for it to be worth it for you to invest in something? Like I watched a kid, I didn't get his whole channel name and all that, but I watched a kid talk about he was going to be in his car until he's a millionaire. In all honesty, unless you make all of the right motions and do all the right things and invest in all the right ways, I can almost guarantee that you will die before you see $1 million in that car. Now, I'm not, there's a very, very grim way of putting it. I'm not trying to crush your dreams. I'm trying to bring you to reality. You need to have a game plan to how you're going to invest whatever money you're going to save up. So let's just say right now, after a year of doing this, you have $15,000. Let's say you have $15,000 in your bank. Well, with no game plan, that's just going to be $15,000 in your bank. With a game plan, you could definitely turn $15,000 into $50,000, $60,000 just by even crypto moves. Even if you did crypto, you know what I'm saying? Even if you put a crypto on some, just a random coin, it didn't really matter. Like you could do it that way, and it would be a better choice than no choice at all. So understand that you need to put your money into something, invest it into something that's going to bring you more money. So if you're thinking about, like the guy I'm thinking about was obviously he's doing YouTube and he's going to amass a following and all that stuff. You need to amass a great amount of following because you're not the only one living in the car. There's cooler situations that I've seen of people who travel vlog. You just look like a dude living in a car. There's this dude that did a full-on travel vlog. He jumps off of cliffs and stuff, and he goes to different states. He enjoys the snow, and you see him cooking, building fires. I mean, bro, you're just a dude in a car at that moment. So you got to understand, you need your edge. You need your thing that is you. If you're gonna be doing you living in a car, and that's your whole content idea. That's what I'm saying. You need to have a game plan. I'm not saying that you need to just wait until you have everything in order, then you can go live in your car. Don't do that either, because you'll never get started. But at least have a form of a game plan of what you're gonna do, because you'll never know what you're gonna do until you're almost there. And you're like, wow, I'm almost here. I've saved $20,000, and you still don't know how to, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's people who have clout, right? And just because they have clout doesn't mean they know how to get paid. So if you don't know how to secure things to get you paid, then guess what happens? You're just a famous dude who's still broke, you know? And that's where you don't want to be. You don't want to be that person that doesn't know how to get paid somewhere. That's what I'm saying. So go save your money, yes. But what are you saving it for? Are you saving to get a new car? Are you saving to get a house? Are you saving to just become rich? So and if you are, you need to invest well and be prepared to lose your money, because with bad investments, it's just as good as going to the casino and just gambling it away, you know? So you need to have a game plan on what you want to do, and I don't want to crush anyone's dreams that is trying to do something, because I fully believe that if you're trying to do something, you'll get it done as long as you have a game plan on which way you're going to go. Otherwise, you're a person with all the tools in the world, but yet you don't know how to fix anything. You don't know how to do anything. You just got all these tools. It's like you're over there buying a bunch of tools to fix your car, but you're not a mechanic. You don't know how to fix your car. Come on now, have a game plan. I know that the popular thing is to everyone just live in their car. Great. It's a fantastic thing, and it's very freeing for sure. But have a game plan. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're amazing. Leave a comment down below if you found a little bit, even this much, even that much value from my video. Make sure you subscribe and maybe leave a comment. What if you are thinking about starting this journey of living in your car? Leave a comment down below on what kind of car you're thinking about living in, whether it be an SUV, a regular car, a truck, electric vehicle, not electric vehicle. What are you going to be sleeping in, and what are you doing to get prepared for that situation? All right, guys, I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.